Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Steve from Rockstar Eater coming to you with another rockin' episode. Today is exercise time and I love to walk around the city and to explore what's new around town so that I can show you just everything that's around here in Los Angeles. This isn't exactly a new part of LA, but I thought I'd just show you guys what Los Angeles, specifically in downtown LA, looks like in this year, 2021. So I'm going to be doing like a walking tour to show you all the major stuff in downtown LA. I'm going to be focusing a lot more like on the financial district. So Chinatown, Little Tokyo, Arts District is not going to be included in this episode, but there's still a lot to see around in the central part of downtown LA. So let's do this. And if you guys don't know what downtown LA looks like and you want to, then stick all the way to the end of this episode so that you can see this amazing overview of downtown LA in this episode. And also, if you guys are new to this channel, then take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, because I release these food and travel videos weekly, the best on the internet. You don't want to miss out on that. So hit that subscribe button and you'll be all set. And with that being said, let's go to our first location in downtown LA. I'm going to begin in the very south side of downtown LA, and behind me is the LA Convention Center. So that is where they have a lot of these different events and conventions and things like that. And then right behind me is the famous Staples Center, where they have all the Lakers games and concerts and sporting events and all that stuff. So what I think I'm going to do is just kind of show you guys all the things that's around this specific area. So that's the LA Convention Center right there. And I don't know if they have any events going on right now, but there is quite a bit of people just walking around outside. And then when I turn around the other way, this is more of like the LA Convention Center, where people just hang out. Yeah, wow, a lot of people just hanging around outside here. Maybe they're about to shoot something. Up ahead, that is the Staples Center, which I'm walking towards right now. It's a very beautiful day, very lovely. It's about, I would say, probably in the mid 70s or upper 70s. As I'm walking towards the Staples Center, I want you to notice that to the right of me, there's like all these tall buildings. They're doing construction on these. I think these are like new condos and also like a mall. So yeah, there's like a lot of development going on here, especially around the Convention Center, Staples Center area. What a great place to live, huh? Staples Center is closed. I don't think they've had an event here in over a year. Who knows when they'll have another event again. So now I'm walking in a northward direction where we'll see some activity as we head towards Olympic Boulevard. And now I am approaching the LA Live complex, which is on this street on Figueroa. And then when I turn to the left and kind of walk down, you can see like the other side of Staples Center. All barricaded, how sad. And then to the right, that is LA Live. Nice, huh? Got all the restaurants in there. Like a big Microsoft store, I think, or a theater. Microsoft Theater, yes. Where they hold a lot of different events. Oh, I love all the screens on there. Isn't that so nice? Wow, and look at that. I don't know if you can see that. That's the Ritz-Carlton and JW Marriott. Some of the best, most expensive hotels in downtown. I'm going to be continuing northward on Figueroa now, and this is all part of LA Live, which is kind of closed off now, I guess. And then the Grammy Museum, which is part of LA Live, is up here. That's pretty nice. Maybe something you'd like to check if you're into music, into the Grammys. They got your Fleming Steakhouse. Nice stuff they have here. You know, a lot of great restaurants as well. And here's the intersection of Olympic and Figueroa. I'm continuing on in Figueroa. You're gonna notice that to your left side there's a lot of businesses, really high-rise buildings, as well as a lot of hotels too, like a lot of really high-end hotels. And coming up in just maybe like 20 feet or something, it's something that you can definitely check out in downtown LA. This is a outdoor mall, like an outdoor shopping center. Oh yeah. Oh man. Yep. You see that, guys? That is the entire shopping center. There are a lot of restaurants that are like on 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th Street, 5th Street. So I'll show you an example of what it looks like once we get more into like all the restaurants and shops. All right, and this is also worth mentioning too. That is the Intercontinental Hotel, another one of the great hotels in downtown LA. Once you get into like 7th, 6th Street, around these streets that run parallel, all these buildings are like really old school buildings that came from like the early 1900s, like very vintage. I think this is the closest in downtown that looks like Manhattan, New York, anywhere in LA, because it's just so old. But then all the restaurants and everything here are just so cool, especially the way that they designed the interior. So in LA there are like these metro centers. You can always find your way to get here by going on a metro, 7th Street Metro, and then it will take you to this mall that's like right over here. On 7th Street, as we are getting towards Hill Street, this is where we're going to enter another very interesting part of downtown LA called the Jewelry District. It runs all on this Hill Street up here. So maybe what I'll do is I'll cross the street and let's take a look at some of these jewelry stores. You know, I'm not a jewelry expert, so I'm not going to be able to tell you which of these stores have the best jewelry and which one has like the best deals. So I guess you guys will kind of have to research it yourself. But yeah, there's a lot of really great things. Like if you're into jewelry, then obviously you got to come to this part of downtown LA on Hill Street between 6th and 7th. Yes. And here's another really interesting place you got to check out. This is what's called the St. Vincent Court, which is on 7th Street, just a little bit east of Hill Street. This is like a little cool alleyway where they have like all these shops and restaurants. Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. You see that? Isn't that so cool? It's like, it really looks like something out of like a European or Middle Eastern country, like this alleyway full of all these different, you know, delis and shops, pastrami corned beef. Ooh. Oh man, that looks good. I'm getting hungry now. Gotta get me something to eat pretty soon. You know, there's a lot of great things to eat in downtown LA too. Most of the restaurants in this alley are Middle Eastern, which is really good. You can find some good Middle Eastern food in LA. Oh man. Maybe I'll head out that way. All right, so now I'm walking more towards 6th Street. I'm gonna show you some other stuff that they have here on 6th Street that's kind of worth seeing. This right here is Pershing Square. It's kind of like a park in some ways, I guess, with a lot of nice murals and really nice scenery. Like if you stand in the center and you go like 360 degrees, oh man, you can see just about everything. Now I'm walking on 5th Street. It's more or less kind of like 6th and 7th Street in many ways. More really old buildings, restaurants, shops, and markets. The Last Bookstore, which is one of the popular bookstores, probably the most popular bookstore in downtown LA. Very historic. And so let's see what they got in here. Wow. Look at that, many antiques. What are these? Like travel books. A lot of old stuff. And look at all those portraits on the walls. Yeah, so if you guys are into books, then they have a bookstore here. And it's not like Barnes and Noble. It's not like that really modern looking bookstore. This is like a really old school looking bookstore that's kind of almost like an antique shop in some ways. It's nice though. Now I'm on Broadway, so I'm on Broadway and 3rd Street, and this is another street that you can find some interesting things to see as well. Like for example, I am approaching to my right the Bradbury Building, which is a big tourist site because, not just because it looks pretty cool and nice in there, but this is where they shot some scenes from the original Blade Runner back in the 80s. Well, right now it looks like it's closed to the public, unfortunately, but yeah, if you want to see that scene where they shot Blade Runner, all the stairs, then that's it. So what I think I'm going to do now is cross the street. We're approaching another one of the great attractions in downtown LA called the Grand Central Market. This is like the historic marketplace that has a lot of little food vendors of all different kinds of foods and fresh produce. So why don't we go in there and see what we got. Well, it's a little bit emptier than what it used to be before, but there's still quite a lot of activity going on in here. Like, for example, you got your sticky rice Definitely Thai inspired. McConnell's ice cream. Ooh, that looks good, doesn't it? Olio's wood-fired pizza. Tacos. Huh, why don't we go this way? Alright, Pinto Box. Some Anna Maria Mexican food. Oh, that looks pretty good. All this stuff. Okay, and we also got the markets here. You see they got the bananas, tomatoes, oranges, apples. This is the marketplace. All the Grand Central Market fresh produce. Oh, it's pretty cool. They even got like some dried candy too. Gummies, nuts. So I'm going to go out on the other side to show you what's on the other side. I believe it's on Spring Street. Wow, isn't that so cool? Yep, so as you can see, this is coming in from the entrance on Spring Street near like 4th Street. Here's also something very interesting to take a look at as well. If you go out the other side of the Grand Central Market on Broadway, around like 3rd and 4th Street, you'll see this Angel's Flight, another historic attraction. This thing is like a cable car that's supposed to go up and down. Is there anybody actually in there? Let's see, one ride is $1. Do you think it's worth it? $1 going up here all the way up there? Why not? Let's walk up the stairs. It'll pop us out onto some street up there. All right, here we go. Good exercise. I'm out of shape. No joke. Oh my, it's kind of empty. Not much activity going on here. Starbucks. Everybody loves Starbucks. Let's see. Okay, some more stuff down there. And then this will take me out to the other side of the street. I wonder what street this is. I think this might be Grand Avenue. Man, it is quiet today. It's a good day to be walking around, eh? Here's another cool part that you can walk on, because here there's a few different attractions that you can take a look at. For example, we have the Museum of Contemporary Art. Oh yeah, that's a great place to go to if you want to see some art. But then there's also another museum here up ahead called the Broad Museum. Broad Museum, and then if you go a little bit more down, it's the Walt Disney Concert Hall. So here it is, guys. This is the Broad Museum, one of the most popular museums in Los Angeles, and the admission is free. It's kind of a particular type of art. It's like kind of like more of like avant-garde type of art. I've been there before. It's pretty cool. I think everybody should definitely check it out. I mean, it's free. Why not, right? There's this really huge complex to the right. You can kind of see it in the distance. They're making like a whole bunch of condos, and a new shopping center is supposed to open up here too. This is like a $1 billion project from what I heard. So that's the overview of downtown Los Angeles. Those are pretty much the cool things that you can see around downtown Los Angeles, especially in the financial district area. So if you decide to visit LA, now you know what places you should go to and if it's worth visiting and, you know, worth your time and all that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this episode of Rockstar Eater. If you enjoyed what I'm doing here on the show, then please do give me a thumbs up. Also comment on the section below if you've been to any of these places in downtown, or maybe you would like to suggest another place that I didn't cover in this episode. And also remember, please subscribe to this channel so that you can get the best food and travel videos. So hit that subscribe button and you'll be getting these on a weekly basis. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next video.